We're going to look at some properties of logarithms. Now we need to know the properties of logs so that when we eventually go to solve them, we'll have these methods and tools in our toolbox so that we can actually solve equations with logs in them. But for right now, we're just going to look at properties. And we're going to be able to use those properties to expand and condense log expressions. So the first property, assuming that b, m, and n are positive numbers, and b again is not 1, we've got a product property, a quotient property, and a power property. So the product property is just when you have two things being multiplied together. Product means multiplication. So if you have some log base b of two things being multiplied together, or a product of two things, what happens is you end up, when you expand them, they end up getting added together. So this becomes log base b of m plus log base b of n. So whether you're going from the expanded to the condensed or the condensed to the expanded version, a product becomes addition. If it is addition, it would become a product. So if you have a quotient or a division problem, let me make this a little smaller. Say you have log base b of two things being multiplied together, or divided. So m divided by n. Well, multiplication is the inverse or the opposite of division. So if two things are being divided, when they were multiplied, they got added. So when they're dividing, they get subtracted. But it's important to recognize that the one in the denominator of your fraction is the one that becomes negative. So you could write this two ways. You could write this as log base b of m minus log base b of n, or it could be switched. As long as the one in the bottom of your fraction is the negative one, then it does not matter where it goes in your problem. So whichever one is negative is the one that's in the bottom of your fraction. It doesn't matter where it's at in your problem, just as long as the n is the one that is negative. And then the last one we have, the last property, is your power property. And that's just when you have an exponent. So say you had, again, still log base b, but it's of m to the power of n, and I can write that a little neater. What happens is that power gets moved to the front of your log. So you still have log base b of m, but the n gets moved to the front of your expression. So again, these are all ways to either go from the condensed to the expanded or the expanded to the condensed. This right side is the expanded version. And the left side is the condensed.